Hi folks, how you doing? Jay Allen, your candidate for a large school board seat, back again. The topic of this little blurb is going to be Republican or Democrat. And while I don't believe that has much bearing on this election, I've been asked several times when I'm out knocking on doors, and it just seems like the right thing to do to answer the question. And what I've been saying is that I'm not really either, which is in fact true, but it just feels slimy to me not to give more detail around that. The truth of the matter is that through most of my adult life I have tended to vote Republican more than Democrat. I'd like to believe that I vote on issues as opposed to party, but I would guess that my voting record would be approximately 2/3 Republican and 1/3 Democratic, especially in national elections. Now, I'm not going to stop there. I'm just going to give it all to you just the way I actually feel. There are people out there that would, or actually have told me that it appears like I'm doing everything in my power not to get elected, which I don't think that's actually true, but if the only way to get elected is to not take any positions, then don't elect me. That's okay. So anyway, you probably want to know who I'm going to vote for in the national election this year, and I'm going to tell you. And then even better than that, I'm going to tell you why, which will virtually assure that I won't get elected, okay? This time around, I'm going to be voting for Barack Obama. And that isn't because I don't like John McCain or I don't have any respect for John McCain. In fact, the reverse is opposite. I mean, the opposite of that is true. I have enormous respect for the man and all the things that he's done. The reason I'm not voting for him is because of his choice as a running mate, Sarah Palin. Now, before everyone gets all excited about that and thinks I'm anti-woman or all that, let me just say that that clearly isn't the case. I would very happily vote for a woman to be the president. I just wouldn't vote for her. I don't have any issues at all with strong, intelligent women. In fact, my wife is one of them. She's a hell of a lot better looking than me. She makes a lot more money than me, and she's brilliant. And somewhere in that mix, she also has been able to have two beautiful children that are also great. And I have an enormous amount of respect for her and would vote for her or any woman like her in a heartbeat that'd be the President of the United States. The reason I won't vote for Sarah Palin, well, John McCain and with Sarah Palin as his backup, is that I have seen her give speeches where she says that we're doing God's work in Iraq. These aren't things I've just read. I've actually seen them on video, and I got to tell you, that scares the living hell out of me. I'm not a religious man. I have enormous respect for people that are. Many people in my family and my close friends are very active in their churches, and I have all kinds of respect for that. It doesn't work for me, but that doesn't mean I think it's wrong. What I do think is wrong is when people start thinking that they're talking to God or that we're doing God's work in Iraq. We're not doing God's work in Iraq, okay? And anyone that believes that, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't deserve to be able to see the presidency from where they sit, let alone be next in line, okay? When you start doing things because you think God wants you to do it, I got to tell you this, and again, this is the wrong thing for me to say, but I'm not really clear what the difference is between that stance that Sarah Palin takes and the stance that Al-Qaeda takes, okay? They believe they're doing everything because of God's will too. Now listen, I ran their production facility that had 12 different languages in it, multiple different religions, and the one thing that I know that for a fact is that everyone that has a religion believes fervently in it, and they believe that they are right, and that was proven to me time and time again. And you know what? I'm very happy for them to have that faith, okay? But I don't want a person running my country that thinks they're talking to God, okay? So, that said, you know, just to answer the question that I've been asked, which, you know, anyone that's ever run for office will probably tell you, you know, this is the last sort of question you should be answering. But I'm voting for Barack Obama because I don't want Sarah Palin to have a prayer of being the President of the United States. So, there you go. I could go on and on for minutes and days and hours on this topic, but I won't. I'm just doing what I think is the right thing, and that is tell you exactly where I stand on that, even though I honestly believe it has nothing to do with me running for school board. So, there you have it. I'll be back later with more. Thanks.